Fresh killer.
What up, tribe? What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Well, first off, I want to say if this were October 2nd or October 3rd, I would not be able to make this video because on those days I was experiencing extreme withdrawal due to me cutting the added sugar out of my diet. As you all know who follow the channel, October, I am devoting to bettering myself through not consuming anything with added sugar in it, right? And it was difficult. Like I can't front. In the beginning, I was irritable. I had like a fog around my brain. It was like dizziness, but not quite. And I was just trying to get it out. I was an addict, like an addict is trying to get that they have to quit cold turkey and they're trying to get it out of their system. Like that's how I felt. And it's just added sugar. And I was in a rough space, right? Because also I'm conditioned to when I'm stressed out, when I'm going through something, what do? I turn to ice cream. I turn to those caramel turtles. I turn to anything sweet, be it pies, cakes, all the things, right? But now I'm cutting that out. I'm cutting that out of my diet so I don't have that crutch to lean on. And it was very difficult moving forward. Okay. I didn't quit. And so I stuck with it and I came out of it. And today, you all would have been so proud of me because today I put it on the line. I've been eating at home every single day, every single meal. I haven't gone out at all, right? So the only thing I was doing is cutting that added sugar. But with that, it's just like I've been like rearranging like my whole lifestyle, my entire relationship with food. I've been analyzing it, right? So I have an air fryer or a smart grill that has an air fryer on it. I've been putting that thing to work, making great food. But tonight was my brother's birthday. And so what do? We go out to eat, right? And I was concerned. I wanted to look at the menu in advance and do all that stuff. But I did so well. hey, so I'm one of those chronic label readers now. Like I'm one of those people, right? I'm one of those people that ask questions now. Because before I'd be like, if I went to a restaurant, I'd be like, what's that? Ooh, that looks good. Give it to me. If I'm pushing my cart through the grocery store, I'm like, I'm putting stuff in like, ooh, that looks good. What do I need? I need bread. Doesn't matter what kind of bread. I need eggs. Doesn't matter what kind of eggs. I need this. I just put it in. So that's how I was, right? But now it's just like, of course, if I get bread, I'm getting bread with no sugar, right? So that's no white bread, no wheat bread. I had to get sourdough bread. Now, I know some people say, oh, you should get rid of carbs too because it breaks down to sugar. I'm not there yet. Watch your mouth, okay? I'm not there yet, okay? Baby steps, all right? I'm just no added sugar. That's all I'm doing. So anyway, I'm doing all the stuff, right? So here's what I did to the restaurant. This is what I did in the restaurant, y'all. I brought my own ketchup because I knew I was gonna get, burger and fries. This is a place called the Chop Bar, by the way, in near Jack London Square in Oakland, California, if you're familiar. But interesting spot. Like, not a lot of Black people there, but they were playing all these 90s hip hop music and early 2000s music. Like, what is this for real? Souls of Mischief, okay. Pete Rock and CL Smooth is trippy. All right, let me get back to my story, right? So I brought my own ketchup and I brought my own beverage. It's my brother's birthday. They're ordering their adult beverages and sodas and all the type of stuff. I brought something called a Spindrift. Now, Spindrift is not paying me for this promotion, but Spindrift is a carbonated water, 1 gram of sugar total, no added sugar, right? I've been getting deep into this, y'all. I've been getting real deep into analyzing and what's good for me, who's scamming and who's not, because there's this whole industry built around scamming people to believe that they're eating and drinking healthy things when they're actually not. So there's another brand called Izzle. I think it's IZZE or something like that. And I was buying that like a few months ago, right? They have they have the bottles now, but they used to have the little itty bitty cans of soda. And it's not, I guess it's like fruit beverage. It's not soda, but it's carbonated fruit beverage and no added sugar, right? So I used to get those and I thought that I was doing good for myself. Turn the back of that label around, 22 grams of sugar, but no added sugar. I'm like, that sounds a bit excessive for something that's supposed to be healthy. Now, I don't know how they get around. I don't know. I guess, I don't know what to equate this to. You guys drop it in the comments, how people can get away with sugar versus no added sugar. I think it's kind of a scam, because I know if you just put the juices of a fruit in a glass and add carbonation, that doesn't sound like 22 grams. But anyways, so I'm like, I cut that out, man. I'm like, this is like, I'm not getting that. Like, that's over the top. And so I got put on to this Spindrifts, right? Spindrifts. I realized, and I'm realizing things about myself. I realized that I like soda a lot. That's another thing I use to get me through stress and pressure. I drink alcohol very rarely, but like I'll throw a soda back. I want to have a soda with my dinner. I want to have a soda even sometimes when I worked out real hard. Like I want to have a soda, which is terrible for you. Soda is very bad for you. All this sugar water, it's just bad. Let me get back. So I realized about myself that it wasn't the sugar of a soda that I like, but it's that kick, it's that fuzz, it's that bite, it's the carbonation, it's the bubbles. So Spindrift has all of that, but very little sugar. So what do? Straight up, man, I bought a bag, and in that bag I had my brother's gift, and I also had a Spindrift. I had a Spinny up in there, and I also had my ketchup in the bag, okay? So that's how I come to restaurants these days. And I did that, y'all. I did that, right? I would have never done that 1 month ago. I would have never done anything like that 2 weeks ago, but here I am, okay? And so it's a birthday party. I mean, it's a birthday dinner. So what do they have at the end? They have ice cream. They have banana pudding. And I don't really like pudding, but they had it. They had all these various types of ice cream and stuff like that. And they bring it out, and then my sis, she didn't mean any harm by it, but my sister was like, "Oh, you want to have some?" Because she ordered some. I did. Like, nah, I'm good. I can't have that, man. I can't have that. You know, I kind of got condescending. Like, remember that episode of Martin when he was going through that when he's going through that health kick, and he was like flipping out on Gina. He said, "I don't live to eat, Gina. I eat to live." I was kind of on that hype, lightweight, but for real though. Anyway, this is me in my new space. I'm trying not to be obnoxious, but I'm for real about this. So I was like, nah, you know, I don't want that. I don't want it. And so I didn't. They all ate the ice cream and they ate the stuff, and I engaged in the conversation and chopping up with my brother, celebrating his day, and everything was good, but no added sugar. Was it good? I'll never know. I didn't have any. It's another thing, things with like a lot of ingredients, like I'm just like, there's no way I can check to see if that's no added sugar. I don't want to ask this waitress 10 questions, so I'm just not having it. I love mac and cheese. I couldn't have it. I wasn't back there in that kitchen. I didn't know what they used. So that's where I am with it now. And so also I just want to tell you all, I've been doing my research. I've been watching videos, like for real. I learned about this product that they put in foods called high fructose syrup, high fructose corn syrup. And what that does is it's very sweet, and they use it to replace sugar. But what it does is it blocks the enzyme in your stomach that tells you when you are full. It blocks that off. And so when people eat this, it becomes extremely difficult for them to exhibit portion control. And they consume way more than they need to, and they are literally stuffed, and there becomes a disconnect between the mind and the body. High fructose corn syrup. And as I'm reading all these things, I'm like, this should be criminal. This should be criminal. We know what obesity is doing to our community. We know what diabetes is doing to our community. And they're putting these things into our food that keeps us addicted, that keeps us eating way too much. And I'm just, as I'm learning, I feel elevated, because once again, I'm engaging with everything that's touching my body, being introduced into my body and questioning it, and nah, not that, and being super, super selective and all of that. I'm also becoming frustrated because I'm just becoming also aware of the intricacies of this billion-dollar empire that's keeping us unhealthy. And by us, I am referring to Black people specifically. I know there's all races in this country struggling with obesity, but let's just say I went to Marin County about a month ago because one of my favorite trails is out there in Marin County. So all my OGs that been following this channel, you know, but my favorite from down there in Muir Woods, one of my favorites. So anyway, so I went there, and I was realizing by Mount Tamalpais High in that area, that whole area, they didn't have any McDonald's, they didn't have any Burger Kings. They had some local burger chain, and then they had a Whole Foods, another health food store. They had a vegan store. They had so many healthy options there. And we all know Marin County is one of the wealthiest places to live in the country. And the difference between, you know, Deep East Oakland, where you literally have, I'm speaking of 73rd Avenue, you have a Taco Bell, you have a McDonald's, you have a Burger King, you have a Church's Chicken, and you have a KFC. And I feel like I'm missing something, all within a mile radius of one another, probably like half a mile, all within half a mile radius of one another. And as I'm elevating myself, I'm becoming, it's just bothering me. That part is bothering me. But on a personal level, like, this is my journey. And I've been discovering things like, there's a podcast called Life After Sugar. Life After Sugar with Netta Gorman, I think is the woman's name. She's from Canada. And I've been checking that out. Like, that's been helping me out tremendously. Okay. So here I am. Listen, I'm over a week and a half in, and I'm gonna keep this thing going until at least the end of October. What can you all do? Look, give me what you can. Not give me what you can, give yourself what you can. If you can commit 1 week, try to commit 1 week. If you could commit 5 days, try to commit 5 days. But just do something, commit something. If you want to commit the last week of the month, go ahead and do that. But go ahead and just try to give up added sugar. Just the added sugar, okay? Just try to do it. See how it is, become conscious, engage with what you eat, do your critical thinking, read all the labels. Just try it out, man, try it out. Because I do feel really good about myself, because I am eating what I need to eat and not overindulging. And I've become aware of that point at which you eat it for sustenance versus when you're eating in excess. And in my mind, I'm becoming very aware of that specific point. And I keep telling myself, after I make dinner, okay, and let's say an hour later, I'm like, dang, I'm hungry again. Because that's the point. I'm conditioned to having ice cream or brownie bites or cookies or whatever after I eat dinner, but it's like, I don't need it. I have to tell myself, like, you had a full meal. You had a full meal. It was a lot of food. You're not hungry. Like, you're not hungry. You don't need it. You're good. Calm down. If anything, have a grape. Have a few grapes. So this, because I'm tough on myself. I'm not negotiating with myself, because I know that in order to change, it's going to be transformative, and that doesn't happen without pain, without tension, without struggle. Once again, without struggle, there is no progress. Shout out to the guy, Frederick Douglass. May he rest in peace. So listen, y'all, you know what it is. I'm going to try to keep you all as in tune as possible on this health journey. If you want to join in, if you have things to say about, this added sugar versus sugar campaign and how they hustling, some things that you've noticed, anything, please drop it in the comments. Don't be shy. Let me know about your journey. Are you going to join me or what? What's happening? All right, for sure. Oh, snap. Oh, one more thing I want to say. One more thing, y'all. Subscribe to the tribe. Go on and hit that subscribe button. All right, I'm out. I'm back to my journey. Peace, tribe. And another.